Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek here with Ed Bolby from Alderac Entertainment Group, looking at Guildhall from designer Hope S. Hwang.
Hope S. Hwang out of Korea. Guildhall is a game of collecting professions, if you will. There are 6 different professions in the game, each with their own particular abilities. Each profession comes in 5 different colors. Mm-hmm. Your long-term goal during the game is to collect sets of all 5 colors of each individual, or of any profession. And that will close the book, at which point you can use the books to buy the victory cards down the center of the table.
Okay.
You play to 15 points to a win. 20 points to a win. And each player has what they call their action area and their Guildhall. Now, the action area is off to the left, and the Guildhall will be to the right. When you play a person into your action area, his effect, it scales upward based on the number of people of that profession that you have in your Guildhall. So at this moment,
you have nobody.
I have 0 traders in my hall. I have to use the 0 ability, which allows me to trade cards between my Guildhall and someone else's. In the case where I already had 4 traders in my Guildhall, I could use level 4 ability, trade an entire chapter of mine for an entire chapter of his. So I could choose, for example, my solitary farmer, and from the other person, take a huge pile of farmers, dancers, whatever I want. Every card, like I say, has its unique abilities. It's all iconographic, so it's ports very easily internationally.
And they all scale up.
They all scale up.
Going.
And there is, interaction between the players as you are unilaterally trading with them and trying to leverage the things to your best advantage. You got the assassins who plug people into the discard. You got the historians who take them out of the discard.
Okay.
So, if you don't have any traders to get what you want, you can always shoot the guy and then dig him up later.
Okay, you got farmers getting money.
Yep, farmers give you those are victory points straight up.
Okay.
So you can nickel and dime people to death with the farmers. Weavers trade cards between your Guildhall and your hand. So if you want to get a bunch of farmers down before you play the next one, you can do that.
Okay. How are we getting cards in the first place? How we play them?
So the basic flow of the game is you're starting Guildhall of 3 cards. You'll have a hand of 6, and on your turn you get 2 actions. During your action, we'll get rid of these here. During your turn, you can take 2 actions. One of the actions would be to play a person to your action area, and they have the effect. Another action is to spend your completed books to buy victory cards down the center aisle.
Okay.
And the third action is to discard whatever cards you want from your hand and refill back to 6.
Okay.
So pacing the game is an important strategy. You want to make sure that you run yourself dry before you draw more cards.
Right.
As much as you can.
And of course, when you make a book, you lose the power that they have there. So.
Now, it's one of the things I like about the game is the powers do get progressively more dramatic.
Awesome. Yes.
But because you can't play a duplicate card, I can't play the yellow farmer if I have one in my hand, your abilities to play that card diminish as the power grows.
Okay. So it puts you in a bind.
It does put you in a bind. And that's when you have to start looking at trading or digging somebody up.
Or
exactly.
Whatever it is. Now, some of the victory point cards have special actions as
well? Yes. The victory point cards, it takes an action to buy one with a completed book. So the best bang for the buck is 5 points for one book.
9 for 2 books.
You can do 9 for 2, but that only takes 1 action. It would take 2 actions to get 10 for 2 with those. Other ones have a lower value, and they have an immediate ability attached to them. So if you want to just get 2 victory points, you can do that, but it allows you to swipe an entire chapter from somebody else, which may lead you to close another chapter for yourself and move on from there.
Okay.
So
when you swipe as well, you again can't have duplicates, so you can only swipe things that you can actually play on there.
Yep.
Okay.
They all have to be legal trades, and for example, if you're trading a chapter for a chapter, there has to be a dude in your chapter. You can't trade an empty chapter for someone else.
See, these are all I don't want to say they're idiot game rules, but it's rules like if you have played games, I have just deciphered this icon without actually knowing the rules, and you just know the basics.
Yeah, John.
And it seems like it all
John
comes
Goodenough worked on the iconography, and he worked very hard to make them as idiot-proof as possible. But we all know how clever people
Idiots
can be
are?
at being rules lawyers, is how I prefer to look at it. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, so that's the game. We're already getting a bunch of interest internationally, and very excited to have it out.
All right, super. And it is actually out now. I mean, we have some at BGG.CON here, but it's not actually...
Yeah, we ran a short print run to get it out there so that people could see it, so that we could talk to people. We wanted it at Essen, we wanted it here,
right?
And so the limited amount we have is available.
Okay, and then is there a general print run coming, or it's just it's available and it'll keep
getting
flowing?
More languages into it so that we can gang run it all and get it all over the place.
All right, thanks very much for the overview, Ed.
Appreciate it.